Hey there, friends. It's Marissa at Bliss Oasis Domes, and I started to tackle my shed project today because I'm having a really serious issue with mice. So I'll do a separate one on the mice solution that I sort of kind of found. And in the meantime, my plan is to get some barn kitties and have them live in the shed. And so I have to insulate the shed and put in a cat door, and hopefully then they'll be safe from the dogs. And it's just a whole big thing. But anyhow, let me show you what I did. So I'm going to show you kind of the nicer stuff at first. So these 4 panels down below, I had put in like a couple years ago, and I never got around to finishing this project. Then I had these really big sheets of this foam insulation that I'd salvaged from the previous house. Well, long story short, they all blew away in the wind on a day when I wasn't home. So I salvaged as many pieces as I could. And what you can see is I had to like use spray foam in the can to kind of Tetris all of it together. So this is looking pretty good up here, but then I managed to get most of this side of the wall in pretty good shape. I then started to run out of the spray foam. You can see the back wall is really Tetris-y, and I'm going to have to do a lot of filling in. And then I kind of planned out with what I had left in big chunks for the opposite wall, but I have nothing up here. Also, these stakes I also salvaged from the old house and was able to nail them in to kind of keep the stuff in place. As you can see, there's a lot of destruction here by not just the foam, but also the mice. But here was the topper. So I just busted out my shop vac, which I haven't used in a while. Man, I hope that those aren't teeth marks by the mice, dang mice. And you can see that they completely nested in there using some of the moving blankets. So it's pretty bad. Anyhow, I'm going to shop vac the floor and then put all the stuff back in there. I am keeping this big piece because I think I'm going to put the cat door over here. And then here's all the remaining small pieces that I'll use to fill in. And then I have to go buy a couple more sheets. So it was kind of a project. I'm wiped out. I did a lot of hammering, and the spray foam, like, man, that stuff is so difficult to use, and it just oozes everywhere, and it got all over my gloves, and my gloves are like sticky and glossy now. So that was pretty rough. But here's what I'm doing for the mice. So what I found on the internet is to do a combination of cornmeal and baking soda. And you can see there's some mouse poops in there. Every night I see mouse footprints and poops, which is great. And so I bought a live trap because it's the only thing that was working. I put peanut butter in there. And the first couple nights I got like 5 mice, 3 mice, 4 mice. It was pretty bad. It's kind of hard to see here, but you might be able to see that there's like some like striations here on this metal bit, but then look at what's over here. It's like totally smooth. And you can also see how the underneath piece of the door, whatever you call that, I guess a jamb, is peeling off. So the mice are actually coming in from the crack here and then in the corner. Obviously I've got my power cord there for the shop vac, but that's where they're coming in. And so I definitely need to replace this stuff. It's all chewed up from the dog scratching it. But what I'm realizing is that like this door is obviously not square. So whether it's the door itself or the house, I don't know. But that's why the mice are coming in. And I was just so lucky. For 3 years, I've had no mice. And now this year, for some reason, maybe because we had some August storms and, you know, the fall is kind of coming on pretty quickly, they're just all coming in, and I'm just like, oh, and making some serious messes, and like nesting in the stove, like thing, like, oh, it's just ugh, icky. So I'm not using poison because I've got furry beasts. And I did try to use a bait box in this corner, and two or three times the dogs went to chew the bait box. Thank you, God, they did not poison themselves. So, the joy of country living is that you get a lot of freedom and there's not a lot of neighbors and it's peaceful and quiet. The downside is you get a lot of field mice. So, that's my journey, and I will let you know when I finish up this project how it goes. And hopefully I can get some barn kitties to really take care of the problem because they are everywhere. But I have to say, since I started that cornmeal deal, no more mice have been coming inside. And I'm assuming they're just eating the stuff because the baking soda like causes gas inside and they basically like explode. So I'm guessing they're going back to their nests and they're exploding. So it's not a very humane way to kill mice, but at least it's safe for the dogs. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Construct safely. And yeah, I'd love to hear what projects you're working on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.